Cantor dishes to Levine. Back to Cantor. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Irving kicks to Love. Fires from deep. That one misses. 3 shots, all come up empty. Count the bucket.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Here's Westbrook. Following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. He lobs it up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Thompson's checked in. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Westbrook. To the inside. Baseline J on the way. Aldridge misses. Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Pistons in Detroit. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. The Spurs making a switch here.
Boban Marjanovic, Matt Bonner, Kyle Lowry.
And so here's Cleveland. They trail by 7.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Lowry with the ball. Now Smith defending. Kicks to Bonner. They get a hand on it. Leonard on the wing. 5 on the clock. Another shot. Here's Marjanovic. Over Love. And the rejection by LeBron. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Allen's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Allen in the post. Working on James. Allen's shot is off. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start this season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted. Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you can see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
And so here's Cleveland. 6-point game. To the middle. And slam dunk by Allen.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
The kick out to Irving. Love with the screen on Allen. Here's Irving. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Irving's got 6 points. Lowry drives in. Soft touch off the glass.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Off target at the rim.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
It's deflected. Beyond the arc. LeBron grabs the miss. Irving kicks to Smith. Oh, and he misses the dunk. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Spurs. They lead by 6. And we'll be back with you right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Al Jefferson. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. Leonard. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Leonard's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for San Antonio. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Irving with it. Westbrook picks him up. Stolen by Levine. Westbrook passes to Leonard. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Irving with a clean look. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Thompson for the triple. San Antonio with the rebound.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Irving from long range. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. For San Antonio, they've gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Spurs leading by 10. Now the feed to Levine. Can't connect from short range.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Stolen by Cantor. Leonard dishes to Levine. Here's Cantor. Up and in on the way. Cantor's got 8 points.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Leonard attacking. Can't get it to go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip. And here comes Wentz. Look at that. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
The Spurs making a switch here. Green's checked in. Love's checked in for Cleveland. Now here's Westbrook. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And the rejection by Love. And a wide open look for James. That ball's great assist by Love. And it's 13 points for LeBron.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Parker is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
For 3, Smith. That's not going to do it either. He's 0 for 5. And stolen by Irving. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving.
Tony Allen.
Love kicks to Smith. Here's James. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Lowry from outside. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. 1:11 left now here in the second. Lowry kicks to Green. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
And the layup's good off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 8.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside. Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Irving against Green. That's a 2 from Smith. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Right side Lowry. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Lowry's got his second basket of the game. And so we wrap up the first half. Spurs lead by 10. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. I'm just about to get going here.
What a game for LeBron. He's got 17 points, and what a tear he's been rejecting shot after shot.
Clark, he has owned the paint.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
It's been about his ability to just lock down the opponent from a defensive standpoint. A lot of shots also being blocked.
That reach he's shown, Greg, has certainly been fantastic in getting to some of these shots. I mean, he looks like he's got telescopic arms out there.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Levine at the 2. That's the San Antonio 5.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
James. 2 shots.
And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
Good on the second free throw. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Kanter, the pass to Levine. And Kanter throws it down.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And you know, for LeBron, he's blazed a trail as far as his business empire is concerned. He gave his childhood friends a chance to manage his affairs. Many thought it was a huge mistake, but he's doing quite well with the guys that he chose.
LeBron James.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And for LeBron, he said he'd like to be a billionaire. It's his ambition to have an influence that goes beyond the game. And guys, he is certainly on his way.
Spurs leading by 11. Outside Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Aldridge has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
The Cavaliers trail by 13. Love outside. From deep three-point range.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And even 3-on-3 break. Kicks it out to LeBron. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Here's Levine. He's got 6. There's the bucket. Good.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
James kicks to Jefferson. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Jefferson's got 4 points this quarter. Levine dishes to Westbrook. Passes it to Cantor. And stolen by Love. Now Cleveland moving it up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Levine in his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
J.R. Smith hits them both.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Shooting for San Antonio.
Leonard playing extremely well. He's got 14 points and 1 steal. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
Truly, they have no answer for him at all.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Well, Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team. Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody, but you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
This is to Levine. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Outside Leonard. Down low. Here's Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game. The Cavaliers trail by 11. And here's Love from the arc. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
From deep, James. Rebounded by the Spurs. Cantor's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Levine, and that one hits back iron. The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the 3rd quarter. Nice shot by Smith.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Westbrook passes to Cantor. Jefferson with some nice D. For Cleveland, they've gone 8 of 16 in the 3rd quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Here's Cantor. Cavaliers with the rebound. Smith's got 5 rebounds tonight. LeBron kicks to Jefferson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And some changes here for the Spurs. Bonner, he's checked in for Cantor. Green comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Russell Westbrook. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Thompson's checked in. LeBron with it. Leonard picks him up. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Aldridge. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Tony Allen.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Allen's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And that one's good.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Lowry dishes to Leonard. Allen outside. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Love. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Love. Love's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
From deep, James can't get it to go. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. Spurs out in front, up 5. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the center position.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue. To attack that area.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Cantor checked in for San Antonio. Kicks it out to Leonard. To the wing right side. For 3, Bonner. Good D from Love. The Cavaliers trail by 5. LeBron, good. James has got 24.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch. Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, "We're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets." Pretty strong words, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Irving. From deep. And another 3 for Cleveland.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Cantor. The Cavaliers pull it in.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And some changes here for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Bobby. Zach LaVine comes in for Green. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And James pulls it down. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
And the second free throw, good. And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the all-star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Tries to save it. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Love's check in for Thompson. Spurs leading by 4. Right side, Westbrook. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And stolen by Aldridge. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Dallas. Irving attacking. Love the pass to Jefferson. Cleveland moving the ball around. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And that's 11 points for Al Jefferson.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
There's the dish to Love. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound collected by LaVine. And the dunk by Westbrook.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Irving from long range. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his game time with an hourglass.
Wasted no time on that one. 21 points for Kyrie Irving.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range. And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Guys, it's their hard work inside that has them out in front. But they can't let off now. They've got to keep it going.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're in front by 2. There's a minute 34 left in the game.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out. And sometimes the best way to do that is with the timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. Double team on Aldridge. And stolen by LeBron. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
So they take the lead. Now it's a 3-point Cavalier lead.
They're in the position they're in right now thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
And the Cavaliers with possession. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Love. They get the rebound. Smith for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Here's Cantor. Can't hit. And Cleveland the other way now.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
No good from Irving.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
And so they foul intentionally.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And he commits the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. So he comes up empty, missing both. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Sade, I like that, Greg.
At the line for the Spurs, Al Jefferson taking 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. No luck that time either. Smith for three. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for San Antonio, J.R. Smith at the line for 2.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. In transition, here come the Spurs. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.